What's up, Richard? Timmons here. With the new Madea film out now, I of course decided to go ahead and do my ranking for the Madea films because I actually do appreciate the Madea movies. I mean, I do actually prefer his like Tyler Perry's Madea films over his non-Madea stuff. And I know he did stage shows here and there, uh, but I've mostly seen the Madea films, to be honest. Madea also had a fun cameo on House of Pain before too, which was hilarious as well. But anyway, here is my official Madea ranking. All right, pretty much about 12 Madea films. Unless you count Meet the Browns, but I'm not really going to consider Meet the Browns because it's only a cameo. So yeah, Meet the Browns is actually not bad either. But due to the fact it's just a cameo, not really count that one. But anyway, here is my official ranking. Of course, number 12 is one that I just saw, Madea's Destination Wedding. I really do quite like this one. I mean, it's not the best out of the franchise. I will say, out of all of it, is probably my least favorite. But I still had a fun time with it. Of course, Tyler Perry as both Joe, Madea, Tiffany's daughter, Tiffany's dad, Brian. Of course, this is about the Tiffany character who's getting wang to Xavier, and of course, Brian like distrusts Xavier, and he's trying to find out if he's right for his daughter and stuff. It is a really hilarious one. Of course, you have Medea and the family heading to Bahamas for her wedding. A lot of antics ends up happening. The character of Mr. Brown is hilarious here. Of course, played by David Mann. He steals so many scenes every time he says something. But yeah, Medea's Assassination was a pretty cool one. All right. Number 11 is I Can't Do Bad All By Myself. Of course, this is the 2009 film, which is a little more dramatic than straight up comedy here. This, of course, is where like Madea catches three siblings looting in her home and delivers them to their aunt April, played by Taraji Henson, who's an absorbed nightclub singer, and of course Medea's guidance and the influence of a kind immigrant, and she like learns to embrace family responsibilities and all. You do got some really cool, nice additions. You got singers like the likes of Gladys Knight, Mary J. Blige, Taraji Henson actually does some fun singing in this. Taraji Henson, by the way, if you guys have not watched the recent film Straw, go watch Straw. I mean, really excellent performance there too. I mean, she was excellent here as well. I mean, definitely like normally Madea is like one of the comedy category, but this sometimes it does get a little dramatic in the franchise throughout, and this one was a little more on the drama side than the comedy side. But anyway, all right. Now my official top 10. Number 10, Medea's Big Happy Family. Now, of course, probably one of the most annoying characters of the Brian character. Now, she's of course played by Tiana Taylor, who of course was just in that movie 1001, and probably one of the best performances I've seen out of her. She's in that new Paul Thomas Anderson film coming out this year, one battle after another, and of course she was just in the aforementioned Straw. Medea's Big Happy Family also featured the likes of Loretta Devine, Tamala Mann, Isaiah Mustafa, Cassie Davis as Aunt Bam, Bow Wow as Brian. Man, I even like the scene where she's like talking to Brian and Medea tells her, "Why don't you shut that up? You sound like a damn trash can or trash bus or whatever." But yeah, I mean, Medea is always like when she sells someone, she knows how to sell people, and yeah, of course, this is where like Madea rallies her niece Shirley, played by Loretta Devine's dysfunctional family for dinner to share her like cancer diagnosis, and it's a little more on the drama side too. And Loretta Devine is really excellent here. Who doesn't love Loretta Devine, right? Of course, you got the old Spice guy, Isaiah Mustafa. It is a really decent. It definitely has some fun, family bonds. It is hilarious. It gets pretty sad at times too, but it's well worth a watch there. All right. Coming in at number 9 is Madea, a Madea Homecoming. This is, of course, where Madea hosts like her great grandson's graduation party, and it's a crossover with Mrs. Brown's voice as well, which is pretty much like the of course, Mrs. Brown voice is pretty much like the Irish Medea, if you think of it. I never really seen like the Irish version, but after seeing this, I did check out Agnes Brown, and that is some hilarious stuff. Uh, of course, David, man, like the scene in the barbecue where he ends up burning his pants really cracked me up there. Medea's hilarious. Joe steals so many scenes. I just really quite enjoy this one. Of course, it did got a Netflix release. It's a shame these movies don't go in theaters anymore, but it is what it is, I guess. All right. Coming in at number 8 is Medea's family funeral. You also, here you also had a fun cameo by the likes of Mike Tyson. But of course, this is where like Madea and her family travels to Georgia for like a family reunion. That of course turns into chaotic funeral when dark secrets about infidelity and betrayal resurface, and it is hilarious throughout. Um, of course, you got Patrice Lovely back as Hattie. Sadly, this was actually the last Madea movie to get the act release. I remember watching this one in theaters, had a fun time with it. But it was really hilarious here. Of course, the David Mann as Mr. Brown cracked me up. You know, yeah, it's just a really decent one. Like, there is some drama throughout, but it's all for less, of course. Alright, coming in at number 7 is Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Now, this was actually the first Madea movie to, first Madea movie, really. And this was actually, and believe it or not, this was not even directed by Tyler Perry. I always keep forgetting, I always keep thinking Tyler Perry directed this one. I always keep forgetting he didn't. This was actually, like, I guess say the only Madea movie Tyler Perry did direct. And of course, you do got Madea, you do got, who of course plays Madea, Joe, Brian, and all. You also have Kimberly Elise, Steve Harris, Shamar Moore, Tamara Taylor, the late Cicely Tyson. And it's where, Kimberly Elise's character, Helen, is blindsided when her husband, Charles, played by Steve Harris, kicks her out on her 18th anniversary with another woman. And she seeks revenge with her grandmother, Madea, who helps her to reclaim her strength here. And I like the scene where they were going to call the police on Madea, and she was like, I'm calling the police. Then Madea says, go call the po. I mean, Madea, she doesn't give true F's. You want to call the police, call them. But yeah, Darren Mad Black Woman is, again, it was actually the first Madea movie to come out. It, um, obviously beforehand there was like the plays and whatever. This one really put Madea on the map for most people, and it's a really hilarious one. Alright. Coming in at number 6 is Medea's Witless Protection. This is, of course, where Madea takes Eugene Levy's character, George, a Wall Street banker, and his family under witness protection after, like, a mob-back Ponzi scheme. And Tyler Perry teaming up with Eugene Levy is something I never knew that I needed. You also had, like, the late Doris Roberts, Romeo Miller was in this, the late John Amos was in this as a pastor. Um, Denise, by the way, Eugene Levy, great career. He went from, marrying, like, playing character married to Carmel Electra to being married to Denise Richards. Good on him there. But yeah, Medea's Witless Protect. Of course, you had like Tom Arnold was in this. It was a hilarious one. There was even a fun cameo by Charlie Sheen towards the end. But yeah, it's definitely really cool to check out. I mean, Tyler Perry and Eugene Levy, interesting combo right there. All right. Coming in at number 5 is A Madea Christmas. Now, Madea Christmas, with the holidays one, I used to always thought of Madea as, let's say, the new Ernest. Remember how, back in the days when Ernest used to do, like, Ernest Christmas, Ernest Halloween, and stuff? Really, it really felt like they were trying to go into the Ernest route with Madea, with, like, the holiday stuff. And Madea, of course, had Madea, who is accompanying her friend Aline to a small town to surprise Eileen's daughter Lacey for Christmas, and they uncover like family secrets, including Lacey's secret marriage to a white man. You also have like Chad Michael Murray, Tika Sumpter, from Sonic the Hedgehog fame, Larry the Cable Guy, he actually got a Razzie nomination, but he was actually pretty hilarious in this. Really, I mean, it was a really fun one, really hilarious, say the least. So, yeah, I had like some of the antics was pretty fun. Anna Maria Horsef, who of course plays like Tika Sumpter's character's mom, wasn't really Jill that she's dating a white man, but obviously she got snapped out of it, and she's okay with it towards the end. But it's a really cool one. All right, 4 and 3, I'm just gonna go put it together. Number 4 is Boo Chew a Madea Halloween, and number 3 is going to be Madea Boo a Madea Halloween. Of course, with the second one, you had Madea, Bam, Hattie, Joe, who returns to protect Madea's grandniece Tiffany, who sneaks off to another Halloween party where teens go missing every year. There is a fun scene where Joe is with trying to scare like a Leatherface type character. You also had Anana Sarkis, Lexi Patera was also in this. It was a really fun sequel, say the least. And of course, number 3 is the first Madea Halloween film, where Madea and her crew are tasked with keeping Brian's rebellious daughter Tiffany from attending like a dangerous Halloween frat party. You also had like Belle Dorn popping up in this. Tyga had a cameo. I really quite like the Madea Halloween movies. They are just really fun, to say the least. Of course, there's some fun horror aspects with them. Makes me really want to see Tyler Perry really go outside of his comfort zone and direct an actual horror film. I mean, I'm like, if Jordan Peele could do it, come on, Tyler, you could definitely do it. I mean, I would love to see imagine this, a Tyler Perry directed horror film. That would actually be pretty cool. Like, really go outside of his comfort zone and try something like that. But who knows if he'll ever do that. But, so the Madea Halloween movies are still a lot of fun, in my opinion. Alright. Coming in at number 2 is Madea Goes to Jail. I love this one. It's of course where Madea lands in prison after a road rage incident. And of course, her best friend, Candace, played by Keisha Napoleon, from the Cosby Show fame, is this young woman offering her tough love here. And of course, her nephew Brian, who's a lawyer, works to free her out here. You also had like Derek Luke, David Mann, Viola Davis, Sofia Vergara was also in this as well. I really had a fun time with this one. There is also a fun Dr. Phil scene where Madea is on Dr. Phil. And yeah, I mean, Madea going to jail, awesome right there. It really mixes like humor of themes of redemption and all. It is a really decent one. Alright. And my number 1 is Madea's Family Reunion. Of course, you had the late Cicely Tyson, the late Maya Angelou was also in this. This was also one of the earliest roles of Keke Palmer, like before Keke Palmer was like as famous as she is now. But of course, here you got Madea who takes in Nikki, who's this foster teen on the court order while playing like a family reunion. And of course, the bus scene is always cracks me up. It's a really fun one. Like her chemistry with Keke Palmer's Nikki is really good. Keke Palmer plays that rebellious teen antics perfectly. It is a really good, hilarious one in my opinion. But that's pretty much it there. Here is of course my quick rundown. Number 12, Madea's Destination Wedding. 11, I Can Do Bad All By Myself. 10, Madea's Big Happy Family. 9, A Madea Homecoming. 8, A Madea's Family Funeral. 7, Diary of Mad Black Woman. 6, Madea's Witness Protection. 5, Madea's Christmas. 4, Boo Chew A Madea Halloween. 3, Boo A Madea Halloween. 2, Madea Goes to Jail. And number 1, Madea's Family Reunion. Now, how would you, of course, rank the Madea movies? Were you ever a fan of the Madea movies? Are you even interested in seeing more Madea films down the line? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy signing.